Day 11 of 21, talking about rank advancements. And here we go. Take it away, Kevin Hemmerite, to introduce our guest speaker today.
All right. Good morning, everyone. It's my distinct honor, actually, to introduce to you guys my very, very good friend, Mike Panko. He's a very busy guy as he runs his own family business of 200 employees. And he also has a very wonderful family I've known for a while, including his son Eli, and they live on a horse farm in Wadsworth, Ohio. Mike's been in network marketing for over 6 years and has built big teams of people. He's currently a diamond with Beachbody, and I know he's loving building this business with Team Aspire. So take it away, buddy. I'm just really looking forward to learning from you this morning.
Hey, Kevin, thank you so much. And thanks also to all the leaders that have shared the last 10 days. It's been my privilege to learn and, get information from everyone. I know that it's impacted my business, and it's a pleasure to be able to give back today. I hope you guys get something from the information that I share. I got a little bit of allergies going on, but I've had my Shakeology, and I've got a big cup of coffee here, so we're going to be good.
Good.
So we're going to be talking about rank advancement today. And prospectively, it is one of the most important things, if not the most important thing in our business. If you break it down very simply, the first rank that we hit is coach. So we have to make a decision to get that, $140 plus challenge pack to get our first rank, which is coach. So without that, you can't even get started. Being a little less funny, the next rank, of course, is Emerald. So how critical is it that we get our first two people and become an Emerald? If we never get to that first rank, how much money are you going to make? Or how many lives are you going to impact? Not very many. So rank is definitely a very important aspect of our business. It's a benchmarker that shows, how many people we've helped, where we're going in our business, and it's something that is really important to focus on. I posted a picture in the Goal Diggers group. I know a lot of you saw it because Facebook posted on there how many people saw it. The statistics are crazy, and basically, there's so many people in sales or network marketing, sharing, whatever you want to call it, that don't follow up or don't make consistent, consecutive contacts. So the more people that you contact, the more you follow up with people, the better results you're going to have. And the craziest one was at the bottom is 80% of sales are made on the 5th to 12th contact. So if you're making 4 contacts, you only, according to Grant Cardone, but what does he know? If you are only making 4 contacts, you only have a 20% chance, according to Grant Cardone, to make that sale. So that's a pretty crazy statistic. There's 3 kind of key aspects of rank advancement I want to kind of cover briefly this morning. Individuals, like all the leaders on this call that are going after rank advancement, are sharp people, on their game, on point. You have to be very focused. You have to have momentum driving in your business, and you have to be focused on getting to the next rank. There's kind of 3 things that help to get there. You have to kind of determine how many people do you need to join your business to get to the next rank, whether that's Emerald or Ruby or one of the diamonds. Then you have to have a game plan of how to get there. What are you going to do to introduce or expose all these different people to the business opportunity or to the products? Are you going to have, home events, or do a sizzle sesh every morning, or do 2 sizzle sessions a day, if that's what it's going to take to get there? How many invites are we going to send out? How many phone calls are we going to make? Joe and Tina have been making a big push to, get us on the phone, talking to people. It's so important as part of the closing process. And then setting a deadline. I hope I'm not the only one. I may be, though, that, you have a coach join and they want to get to Emerald by like Christmas. And it's like, okay. I love what Joe and Tina have talked about. Tina's mentioned it to me countless times and probably to many others, is, Emerald is kind of the thing that you get to in the first 24 hours of being open in the business. We talk to people, and sometimes $140 is a stretch of money and that kind of thing. Anyone that is serious about a business or serious about generating additional income for their family or for themselves or for whatever cause they're going to give that money to when they generate it, $140, if they're not willing to do that, they're not really serious. So, getting those first two people, getting to Emerald, it's so critical. And I'm going to talk about duplicating the Emerald in a little bit. Lots of ranks happen before conventions. I just got off the waiting list and onto the going list for our convention in Nashville.
Oh, nice.
July. So that's going to be amazing. Anyone that hasn't done so already, I know a lot of people on this call are going already, but I encourage everyone to try and get in there. So lots of ranks happen before convention. Joe and Tina have already been talking about this. Who's going to rank advance? Who's going to, up their game before convention? I know I am. So it's just all about, having a deadline and setting that game plan that we're already doing. We're all here. Let's just do it, So there's a couple things I love about network marketing, and they have to do with rank advancing. It's the ability to create our own income. There's not many places that we can do that. So we literally have the most direct impact on our own income more than anyone else, more than our boss. There's no bosses, management, whatever. So we have the ability to give ourselves a raise. We have the ability to generate activity in our business that could give us a raise or a bonus. Ever since I was a kid, you hear the word bonus. And whether it's in a video game or whether it's with income, that your parents were getting, it was like, wow, that's cool, And I am going to get that friggin' star diamond quarterly bonus because that is just amazing. Guys, I don't know of any other companies that do something like that at, a pretty low level leadership rank. Star Diamond is a very prestigious rank, but we can get there. It's very, very attainable to get to that rank and get that awesome bonus. I mean, the bonuses that our company gives are just absolutely off the chart. It's amazing. Another tidbit of information is the average doctor and lawyer put in 18,000 hours of practice that a lot of times they're paying for. They're paying to practice before they ever step foot in a courtroom or an operating room where they're going to be able to work on someone and generate income for themselves. I think the least that we can do or that the new person can do is put in 18 hours with our network marketing business. Once again, I hope I'm not the only one. You talk to people, they say, oh, I want to, work 10 to 15 hours a week. And I'll put that in, for a year, that kind of thing. And they don't even put the first 10 to 15 hours in, let alone, 18,000 hours.
Right.
So, you have to be willing to do 10 to 15 hours a week. It's a very standard thing in network marketing, but you have to be willing to do the first 10 to 15 hours. And so it's crazy when we put that in perspective, the different professions and how they invest. And that's what we're doing here. We're investing in ourselves and each other. Network marketing. I love it, Joe.
Yeah, that's right.
So I love this breakdown. We've all heard it many times. Maybe there's some new people on the call that haven't heard it. We've discussed the simplicity of getting to Emerald. 2 people, your mom, and your spouse, or, your best friend. You got to have 2 people that love you, that would be willing to, that would be willing to spend $3 a day on a very healthy meal that they could, eat, consume, and help your business. So getting to Emerald, very simple, 2 people, and getting to Diamond, we do that 4 times, right? Just get to Emerald 4 times. So it's a very simplistic way of looking at it, but it's all about Emerald. And guys and gals, from my perspective, we have been given a gift with this business. The company bears all the risk, all the liability. They have the inventory. They do all this, all the stuff. So all we have to do is work, like Joe posted, network marketing. We just have to put in the time. We have to work and stop complaining and just do it. One of the things that I strive for every day is positivity. And that all starts with your mindset. I think Victor talked about mindset. And if he didn't, he's great at it anyways. But mindset is something that is so important to create that positive mindset and train your brain to change the words to positive before they even come out of your mouth. So just creating that type of atmosphere is going to help your business. It's going to help Rank Advance and do so many different things for you. One last thing that I want to do is share this little exercise or whatever that we saw out in Vegas at the GoPro event. So some have probably seen it, some probably haven't. But I love it. So this is, I hope you guys can see this. They took some different negative words and wrote them on one side of a sheet of paper. And then on the other side is action. And basically the exercise is, you take another piece and you can only have one side of the paper. And what this is basically displaying is, you can either have these negative emotions that sometimes creep up in our business, or, taking action, sending out invites, having events, doing a 5-day exposure event, or whatever kind of action you want to take to generate new life and new activity in your business. It's going to immediately erase the negative aspects. And, one of the mentor people, one of the gurus that you listen to, have talked about it's not a complicated process. It's like changing a radio station. When you change a radio station, you go from one to the other immediately. So when you start to take action, it's just like bam. These negative emotions and aspects of your business, they go away right away. And it doesn't matter if you've been in for a day, a month, or 10 years, whatever. Wherever you are at in your business, you start to take action, you set a goal, you go to the next level. Doesn't matter what's happened. It's just going to, go where you drive it to go. So that's basically what I wanted to share this morning. Once again, it's my privilege to speak with you. I hope you got something out of it. Thanks again, Joe and Tina, for being incredible leaders and putting this awesome group of people together. Look at this, 30, 40 people that have got together at 6 a.m. In the morning. I love it. It's a privilege to be a part of this group, and thank you.
Yes. Thank you so much. Tina, go right ahead. Thank you, Mike.
I was going to thank Mike as well. Wow, something Joe and I learned early on, of course, is modeling success in all of our products. And if we're not earning promotions every 90 days, we're not modeling anything that anyone would want to follow us for, right? So every 90 days, you should be looking at promotions, and instilling belief in your new partners that you can literally get to Emerald overnight is so significant. My last coach, Kathy Seifert, prime example of it. I just spoke that life into her and believed it with all my heart. So if you don't do that yourself, if you don't instill that belief in them, if you don't believe that someone can do it, if you believe that it's going to take someone 3 months to get to Emerald and you nurture that kind of environment, that's what you're going to get. But if you instill belief and you speak life into people and let them know it can happen, it's going to happen. Kathy Seifert did it in 6 days following our Getting Started Right call. She helped one good friend, and she helped her husband in spite of him having some limiting beliefs about network marketing. And his limiting beliefs were about fear because he doesn't understand network marketing. But guess what I did? This is what I did. I spoke like I said, Kathy, your husband is going to eat, right? So would he like to support his wife in eating, having one of those meals, feed their household? So I walked her through that process of, the mentality of, it's a legitimate mentality. If your spouse or your partner is going to eat, why would they not want one of those meals to feed the house? So I walked her through that thing, and Joe speaks to this all the time about your spouse wanting to know that there is a financial investment for the time that you're spending away from them and away from the family, the time that you're investing in this business. So when she made that decision, I knew I had already prepped her. I gave her the entire view of getting to Emerald, which was, in that first week, I'm going to equip you. I didn't say I'm going to do it for her. I'm going to equip you, Kathy, with all the support, mentorship, and tools you need to do these things in your first week. You are going to help. You're going to get started on your own journey. You're going to help 2 people get started on their goals. You're going to earn income in your first week. And you're going to earn your first promotion with Beachbody in your first week. And sure enough, when she enrolled her husband, and I go, now, are you just freaking out right now? Like, seriously, are you completely freaking out? Like, if you're not excited about this business with your partners, why are they going to get excited? I was like, I was freaking out. I was like, are you freaking out right now that you just did all of that in 6 days? And she said, yes. And I go, your husband works from home, right? She said, yes. And I go, I want you to get your butt off this phone, go stand in front of your husband with your cute little self, and you start jumping up and down with your hands in the air, talking about how excited you are about $100 in your account in the first week. And she did that, and she came back, and she's like, all he could say was, this, his eyes were wide open going, wow. Now, I'm not entirely sure if that was because she's just totally cute jumping up and down in front of her husband, or if he was excited about the $100, but I'm assuming it's all of those things. You guys, it is a transference of belief. So if you keep nurturing and coddling that it's going to take 3 months to get to Emerald, that's what you're going to get. Because that's what you believe.
Right.
If you are not Emerald yourself, and you're in this business longer than 2 weeks, there's a check. First of all, I would say get off of Facebook and start working, because you don't need to post a single darn thing on Facebook to get to Emerald. If you know anyone who eats that's in a 3-foot radius of you, they are a potential person to help you get to Emerald. Do you know anyone who eats? Do you know anyone who would like a discount on one of their meals that will be their healthiest meal of the day? So if people don't get to Emerald in 2 weeks, I really just don't believe they're serious, or there's a limiting belief somewhere.
Yeah, like Mike said, everybody has, loved ones. I mean, that's one of the amazing things about this business is our first few weeks is all of our hot market, and then our warm market, so the most closest to us, and then our friends who are warm market, and then cold. It actually gets harder as you get into colder and colder markets, right? Because people don't know you. So if you keep it very simple on what you're doing and ask people to help you out in your business, ask them to get a delicious shake in their belly and just try it out for 30 days, and you don't want them to, have to pay the full price, boom. I mean, you're getting into Emerald virtually overnight. And like Tina said, if you're serious about building a business, you're going to want to have your spouse, after learning the team cycle bonus, you're going to want to have your spouse at the very top of your chart anyway, because if you're serious about building this business, you're going to, you got to plan. If you're serious about building this business, you got to plan on having 50 to 100 coaches in your organization and say, I'm going to get there. So you want that's your PS coaches over time. You're going to want to have your spouse at the top, because as those other coaches add people under, do you want your spouse up at the top capturing all the volume of their coaches and their customers, or do you want your spouse down here at the bottom missing all that? And Beachbody, gives us this unbelievable opportunity for us to double up on our income and efforts, because they give us a spouse account and other businesses don't give us a spouse account. So if you believe in the business, your spouse goes up the very first coach. But secondly, Mike said, Emerald, recreating Emerald. It's you plus two, them plus two. You get to Emerald, and you teach them, your coaches, how to get to Emerald. When your first major rank advancement is Diamond, and you've got to have one Emerald on each side. So you've got to teach them how to get to Emerald themselves. So always just think, you plus two, them plus two. What's the easiest way to do that? Just like Tina and Mike said, your spouse and their best friend. I mean, that's that's the way we built the business, me and Tina, and, my wife, my sister-in-law. Boom, happens overnight, basically. It's just because I believed in the business. We all believe in the business. We see it's 450,000 coaches, and it's $1.5 billion company, and the products work. What's not to believe in? You drink Shakeology. What's not to believe in? A $3.50 or $4 meal every day. What's not to believe in? You see everybody's transformations, and they feel better and have more energy, and all these things. What's not to believe in? So getting your first rank advancements are so important that, David Ingram is the one that told me and Tina about what she said. Every 90 days, you should be looking at a rank advancement. So you should be gunning, I think we set the expectations. In fact, Emerald is so easy. The expectation should really be, if you're here to build a business, you got to go to Diamond and Star Diamond. It was 2-star Diamond. 1 diamond on each leg. After Diamond, you want to go for Star Diamond. That's 1 diamond on each leg, and then you're a 2-star Diamond. If you then have 5-star Diamond or 3-star Diamond, then you have 2 diamonds on 1 leg, 1 personally sponsored diamond on the other leg. In order to get to 5-star Diamond, you've got to have 2 diamonds, 2 personally sponsored diamonds on 1 leg, 3 on the other, right? When you become 5-star Diamond, then you're really recognized as Beachbody, the entire Beachbody as a leader. The average Emerald coach makes about $250 a month, okay? Across the country, on average, the average Emerald coach makes about $250 a month. The average Diamond coach makes about $1,200 a month, about 4 or 5 times more. Now, Star Diamond, teaching your people how to get to Diamond and above, being a leader. That's where you really begin to be a leader. The average Star Diamond coach makes over $70-some thousand a year. That is pretty incredible. Over $1,000 a week, the Star Diamond average. Now, financial disclaimer: we can't, make any guarantees for this. This is every skill, or everybody's based on their own diligence and skill level and time they put into it. But the top ranking coach, the highest paid coach, is 15-star Diamond and makes about $3 million a year right now. So setting your expectation for what you want, you know, up front, knowing that, hey, it may take you 1,000 names on your list to get to diamond. If everybody tells you no and you don't know what you're doing, it took me and Tina 6 months each to get to diamond without any training. We actually both made it in 6 months, right, Tina? And our record on our team, I believe, is Marissa Kinzel now at 17 days, I think.
That's correct. I can validate that. She kicked my 19-day record to the curb, but she did it in her first business center.
Previous record was Tina in our second business center at 19 days, and Marissa did it in our first business center in 17 days. So think about getting to diamond using easy scripts, and as Tina or Mike said, the importance of showing others that you're successful. If you're building just a flat retail team, everybody just thinks you're selling, right? All the outside world thinks you're selling, and because you're just building flat and you're only, you know, selling retail. Well, when you're building an organization and you get to start sharing stories, and then your upline starts bragging on you, or me and Tina starts bragging on you as advancing, now how do your friends start to look at you? They're going to start to look at you more as, wow, Ashley's really growing. She must be doing something right, because others get to brag on you. She's becoming something else. You're learning leadership skills. You're doing things differently because you've got to lead people when you are building an organization. You know, Lindsay Cheatham, Lindsay McGuire, etc. They're now leading others. And, you know, when Lisa Burdick, when you become 2-star diamond, you know, you're learning to lead others. And if you're not advancing in rank, who are you leading? Who's following you? And this is actually perfect. And the last thing I want to say, because it fits into yesterday, when we talked about, you know, people bringing you down, in the jealousy and those factors. Sometimes when we see, you know, a wonderful coach rise up in an organization, because you should pass your coach. If your coach is just a coach or as an emerald, don't let that stop you. If your coach is not a diamond, don't let that stop you. If your coach is 1-star diamond or 2-star diamond, don't let that stop you. My coach was just a coach, and she quit. Me and Tina passed everybody, 700 or 800 people in Swarm, with the fastest people to 2-star and 3-star and 5-star diamond ranks out of now 4,000 people in our Swarm group. It had nothing to do with our coach, the coach above us, or the coach above them. I think the highest rank up to Tommy then between us and them is diamond. Everybody else was coach or quit. So if you have a coach in your organization, make sure you're plugging them into a system. And if you're a coach in an organization that is not plugging into a system, the coach hasn't rank advanced themselves, maybe they're not plugging you into a system. Maybe they're preventing you from seeing things that are going to appeal to you. Maybe you need to find a bigger organization than us, even. Maybe you got to go find somebody else. But your job is, if you're looking to build income, you got to pass your coach. And if you have coaches passing you as a coach, you know what? Celebrate. Celebrate their success. Celebrate that somebody in your organization is growing, and your trees, your seeds are blossoming into an orchard, and get to work on your other legs and more coaches to create on your weak leg and your strong leg, more coaches so that you can take advantage, because you're done something right. And if you plug somebody in a system and they outgrow you, we should have a passion coach month, and everybody should just work on rank advancing past their coach. So go ahead, Tina.
I just wanted to say, folks, it really begins with one thing, and that is belief. And the reason Joe and I had belief was because we used the products and they worked. In 60 days, when he talked about how we started, this is so important because this was the foundation of everything that came from this. The foundation was we used Shakeology and a fitness program, different ones. We were so excited about the results. I needed to lose 5 pounds, and you know, few people want to hear about my 5 pounds, but Joe lost 20 pounds in 60 days using Shakeology and Insanity. I lost my 5 pounds in that first month, but I fell head over heels in love with Chalene Extreme Fitness Program. Literally, Joe remembers me just like I would have tears in my eyes. I'd be like, every woman in America needs to know about Chalene Extreme. This is the best thing I have ever seen, done, tried, benefited from. I was just that passionate. Like I wanted to stand on top of the tallest building and tell every woman in America she needed to do it. I believed. So there was nothing that would prevent me ever from talking about that program and Shakeology. Joe being able to go out, when we would go out with me, him, friend, and sister-in-law, the 4 of us that started this, everyone wanted to know what we were doing, because when you see 4 people going out together that are morphing in the way we all morphed in a relatively short period of time, they wanted to know the secret sauce. And we are not Bogarts. We're not Bogarts. We're not going to keep this stuff to ourselves. We're going to talk about it. It all began with belief. So folks, if you haven't been benefiting from the products yourself, how would you ever transfer that to someone else? Our products are our lifeline to be able to help people. And it generally starts with nutrition and fitness. And then people see how amazing our community is. Like I get to hang out with you guys at 6 o'clock in the morning. Hell yeah. You know, this is just amazing. And our challenge environment where people are sometimes for the first time, we're plugging people into a challenge group where they're getting supported and encouraged and cheered on. That's amazing. Our promotions are a product. So if we use our products, if we believe in our products, we will transfer that to other people. But honestly, if you're not benefiting personally from the products, meaning you're not really digging in, because, you know, I'm not at this point trying to lose weight. I'm just trying to not go backwards in my old age here. I'm just trying to maintain. But I benefit from the products every day. I just posted on my like page about E&E. I use the Refresh. I use the Ultimate Reset. I use the fitness programs. I use Shakeology. I use, like, if Beachbody makes it, it's sitting in my cupboard or in my belly or in my DVD machine, because I believe in our products with all my heart and soul. And if someone comes to my house, it is so clear that there is Beachbody going on here. Do you believe? Because if you don't, you're transferring that disbelief to your coaches.
Yeah, and it's as simple as you become Emerald, and this is why Emerald is so important. We call it the Emerald Factory. You plus 2, and then you teach them to get 2. You do that every month. You plus 2, them plus 2. You get 2 coaches every month. Teach them to get 2 coaches, and you know what? Rank advancement all the way up through 15-star is going to come naturally if you just concentrate on getting to Emerald again every month. And there's not an official double Emerald or triple Emerald or quadruple Emerald, but the point is this: it's just 2 coaches. If you just sign 2 coaches every month and teach those 2 coaches to sign up their spouse and best friend, there's something simple, you plus 2, them plus 2, you will rank advance. Star Diamond, multi-star diamond, etc. I mean, this is the name of the game. Everybody's going to have 2 loved ones. Everybody's going to be able to get 3 to 5 customers. And if we all just did that very, very simple thing, we would all rank advance. Cian asks a question, so don't overthink it. And yeah, not everybody is going to get to Emerald. Here's the other point I think is important to make, Tina. If you have a coach that's sitting there and is not Emerald, or is not advancing past Emerald and doesn't want to build a team, you can't hatch your coaches. This is you. If you're trying to trudge your coaches along with you and trying to get them to diamond and ask them, they're telling you, no, dude, I'm done, man. I don't want to do that anymore. There's something. Mike was holding up that fear sign. There's something holding them back. And that's personal development, that's fear. That's them not wanting it bad enough. Sometimes people get the diamond and drop off because they're like, I don't want to put any more work into this. And, I'm not getting my $1,000 a week right now. So you know what, I'm done. Well, they don't get it. They don't understand that it takes a while for things to catch up. And you can't, they will drag you down if you try to drag people. Danny Johnson told us early on, do not try to hatch your coaches. Move on, work with your runners. Those are the people who want to build a business and are your business partners. So those are your ones that will become multi-star diamonds and everything. But it's as simple, anybody can do this. It's making a choice to do it. You plus two, them plus two. Cian asked a question. When I got to Emerald, I made $80. It was so exciting. Where does the other money, the $250 come from? Retail sales? Well, first of all, remember there's two things. There's the basis of retail sales, which should be ongoing all the time. So try to get 5 to 10 customers. That's going to cover your, $100 to $300 a month in retail income. Okay. But secondly, Emerald is just the beginning, and no, there's no automatic paycheck for achieving a rank. What that means is Emerald and Diamond coaches who make on Emeralds who make on average $250 a month, and Diamonds who make on average, $1,000 a month. They're plugged into a team. They're building a team. And as you build your right leg and your left leg, and one becomes a weak leg, one becomes a strong leg, and as you take advantage of the team cycle bonuses and understand what I did in the compensation plan the other day, over time, once you're Emerald, you start to build up team cycle volume. You start to build up the volume, which then eventually leads to team cycle bonuses of $18 each site, $14 as an Emerald, $18 as a Diamond, and it cycles many times per week, depending upon how many people are in your organization. If you just stop at Emerald, let's say you got 10 coaches on one side because you got somebody, a coach or an organization that's adding coaches to you, and you got 10 coaches on one side, and one of them is yours and 9 of them are somebody else's. They're in your organization. As you look at the go to your back office, you can see your genealogy chart. You can see people. You're like, who the hell are them? Who the hell are they? Those are placed by others above you that share that right leg or left leg with you. But if you just sign an Emerald, become an Emerald, and only have one coach on your left leg, then if they're shared on your right leg, guess what? You're only going to get a $14 check every other month, every 6 weeks, because by the time it cycles through, by the time that one person orders their Shakeology, you're not getting that $250. You've got to keep building. Build another person under that person, another person under that person, help that person, build a person under that person, help that person build 2 people. They build under there. All of that stuff leads to team cycle bonus. Help them get customers and learn to retail, because you get credit for all their customers too. It takes team. You need. I go to the Mike. We got to put the team cycle bonus calculator in the bio section of Goal Diggers.
Okay.
Because if you want to make $500 a week or $500 a month, you need to know how many people need to be in your organization, how many Shakeology orders need to be in your organization. And I'll give you a quick estimate. If you're looking, so look at where you are now, and if you want to make $1,000 a week, say $50,000 a year, you're going to need 780 people, 780 Shakeology orders every month in your organization. And that's going to be, it could be 250 coaches on one side and 530 on the other side, right? Or it could be 375 and 375 equal one-on-one. You're going to need, that's active coaches. And you'll find that 50% of your coaches are probably going to go inactive, 40%, something like that. So you're actually going to need 1,000 people in your organization just to get to $1,000 a week. So if you're not rank advancing, if you're not duplicating, it's just not going to happen. You're not going to get there. You've got to rank advance, and you've got to teach people to duplicate the system. But again, how easy is it? Can you find 5 people? And if you're Emerald, 2, you have 2 already. Can you teach them to get 2? If you taught 2 people how to get 2, now you have 4. Can you teach those 4 people how to get 2? That's 8. You don't even know them all. Can you teach those 8 how to get 2 people? That's 16. Can you teach those 16 how to get 2 people? That's 32. Can you teach those 32 how to get 2 people? That's 64. 64 becomes 128. 128 becomes 256. 256 becomes 612. All right? Now, if you use 5, it's even easier. 5 becomes 25, becomes 125, becomes 625. So it's not about you recruiting 1,000 coaches. It's about teamwork and teaching them to duplicate and the power of exponential growth and exponential numbers. That's what you gotta get your arms around, okay? Duplicate.
Yeah, to bring that full circle for you, because Joe's great with all the numbers, but to bring that full circle, Cian, by the way, everyone, was one of those coaches who came on and was so coachable and got to Emerald basically overnight. She was one of those success stories because she was coachable. And I promised her that she wanted to have her partner, her spouse, at the top of her chart, even if he wasn't going to work the business. So she trusted that without really knowing all the details, but she just trusted that what I was telling her, my belief transferred over to her. But the reason I say put your spouse at the top is because you may go to work that account later, even if they don't. Like most of our top coaches here, Lindsay Cheatham is a top coach here, and she works her husband's account. Lindsay McGuire works her husband's account. So you're going to want to have that account to work with later. But also, imagine that you didn't put your partner at the top of your chart, and then right underneath your partner, you put a Lindsay McGuire who blew the business up, and then he wasn't benefiting from all of that volume, or that account wasn't benefiting from all that volume. Or you put a Lindsay Cheatham underneath, or before your partner. So you don't know who it is that's going to blow that up. And that, Lindsay Cheatham or Lindsay McGuire, imagine how many people they've added to our organization. That person is going to show up in your organization when you keep going. One person can change the dynamic. Sienna, would you like to know how long it took me to find my first runner in the business? I recruited like a mad woman for 15 months before I found a true runner. But between month 1 and month 15, when I found someone who really was as hungry as I was to grow a business and make a difference, I created a crap ton of Emeralds who, many of them are still here today. Emeralds who they took my advice actually to get to Emerald, and they banked points. So that's one of the reasons you want to get to, your people to Emerald too. So even if they're like trying to catch up with growth, they're banking points as you grow underneath them. So I have, Cian, Emerald coaches who out-earn Star Diamond coaches.
Yeah.
I have Emerald coaches who, without even pretending to work, make $250 a week. Because they have me working, building a power leg. All of my legs are power legs, by the way. They have me working a power leg. And then in a couple of cases, and some people on this phone know about this, they feel the pain, but in a couple of cases, they put someone else who was a big worker on their other leg that I wasn't working. So they have 2 people working for them, sending them money every week.
It goes like this. And what happens is, let's say that, and the opposite can happen too. let's say that you are in an organization, you don't know in this phone call who's above you or whatever. You should know who's on your organization below you. You should study your charts and know who's below you and who the ballers are and team builders on your team, man, because, man, they should be your best friends. You know, they're adding people to your organization, and anytime you see people show up, they just added to your paycheck potential, and you may not have even known them. I mean, can you imagine you have your organization and a Lindsay Cheatham shows up, and all of a sudden, you know, a year later, there's 100 extra people in your organization, and you're like, holy shit, I didn't even do that. That's because Lindsay is working on rank advancement and duplicating her team, okay? Whereas you might not be. And guess what? When you don't do it, but somebody else does, you're letting, here's money. Take your hand, take your pencil, okay? That's money slipping through your hands every week. And we have people on our team right now, believe it or not, talk about rank advancement. 250 is the max you can get as an Emerald coach on a cycle bonus. $1,000 a week is the max you can get on as a diamond coach. Okay, $2,000 a week as a 1-star diamond. $3,000 a week as a 2-star diamond. I think these are numbers. But so here's the thing. There are coaches right now, think about this, because this will hit you like a ton of bricks. There are coaches right now who were a diamond coach, and they would get, because they signed on and because they worked it, and they have 500 people down one leg and 200 people down another, they would get $1,000 a week as a diamond coach. But because they stopped working, when you lose one coach inactive, you go to either Ruby or you go to Emerald coach again, you lose your rank. Every week, you're losing $750. Can you imagine not going out there and signing up your grandma, your aunt, or anybody and not making that effort and losing out on $750 a week because you just decide, it's not really for me anymore? If you don't need money, give that money to charity. That money's being manufactured under you. That money's being manufactured. It is not going to you, and you know who it's going to? It's going to your upline as well. It's going to everybody else in the upline. It's going to, you know, here's the thing. Tommy Migrant did not know us. And imagine this happening, because you've got to picture this happening to you if you stay in the game and you rank advance and you steadily grow Emerald, 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 you plus 2, them plus 2, 2 people every month, okay? You do this. Eventually, you're going to connect to a Joe and Tina Gonzalez who 4 layers from you, you don't know them. A coach signs somebody who becomes Emerald, a coach signs somebody who becomes Emerald, and that coach signs somebody who becomes Emerald. And all of a sudden, that one person, 4 layers deep, who you've never known, creates 1,700 people in your organization under you. Imagine if you're not doing anything. That is, just so you know, a person who is making approximately $150,000 per year for you. We make our upline coach approximately $150,000 per year because we continue to rank advance, and he rank advanced himself to take advantage of that. Imagine that. He didn't do all that work. He didn't add 1,700 people. But guess what? Our direct upline coach hits 0. 0. Which one would you rather be? A diamond coach or 2-star diamond coach making $2,000 or $3,000 a month for doing a little work, or a week for doing a little work over a couple of years? Or a coach who quits after 30 days and has that happen to them under them? Ugh, the pain of regret, right? So anyway, that's the importance of rank advancement. Awesome. I appreciate it. Here's action plan. Where do you want to be? Where do you want to be in this organization? What rank do you want to be? And when do you want to be there? Tina got to 5-star in year 3. I got the 5-star in year 4. Year 3? No, I think she got to 5-star in year 2, right? Year 2, and I got to 5-star in year 3. And you know, people are getting to diamond now in a month. So where do you want to be? Lindsay Matway has 4 business centers at 15-star diamond. She gets a $160,000 check every quarter just because she got those 4. That's 400. She makes $500,000 a year or more just on the rank alone. That excludes the $40,000 to $50,000 per week she is earning in team volume. Where do you want to be? You can be a rank advancement. You can get to 10-star diamond, and you know that you can make $12,000 a week in this business, $644,000 a year. There is nothing stopping anybody except yourself. Nothing stopping. We have friends doing it. You know, I mean, Tina's 6-star diamond was her highest rank. I was 5-star diamond, highest ranked 2-star second business center. Her 2-star, her second business center. Dang, this is real. And it's all because we consistently recruited and taught others how to become diamonds and emeralds themselves. That's what multiplies. That multiplies your efforts. That's the way you get from $100 to $300 a week retail income to thousands of dollars a week or a month to make this your full-time income so you can work on a part-time basis. Okay? It's the only way it's going to happen is through rank advancement and duplication of that growing a team. Let's see. So tell us where you want to be. You know, again, what's your biggest dream? When are you going to achieve that rank advancement by? When are you going to achieve 5-star diamond by? And state that goal and why you want to get there. What it's going to mean to you. What it's going to mean to your family.
I'm going to put a post in headquarters and ask if you'll share underneath that. But I think it's just important for us to reconnect with you remember that the first call? It was our heart, our head, and our feet. And this business it requires all of those body parts. Our heart, what do we want to do most? I am magnificently obsessed around my desire to serve women in creating health freedom and being in a positive community and creating financial freedom. I am magnificently obsessed with that. You can't stop me. You couldn't stop me. And I want to find other women who, and obviously men, but most men don't pay attention to my glitter and glamour stuff going on over on my wall. So that's why I say women all the time. But I want to create a ripple effect around the world that leaves a legacy for not just my grandchildren and my great-grandchildren. I want to leave a legacy that means other women are creating that legacy within their families. We can change the world, you guys. We all hold the power to change the world simply by connecting our heart's desire. Are you connected to this business with a big why? What do you want for yourself, for your community? What do you want to give? And then we all have the wisdom. We already know how to copy and paste. We all know everything we need to know to be wildly successful in helping a lot of people. We already know. for some reason, some people are just holding back something within a belief system or something within that we can unleash right now today and just say, screw it, let's do it.
Yeah.
Our heart, our head, and the screw it, let's do it is just our feet. And I'd like to give a big shout out to Jessica Haron. I believe I pronounced that correctly. Jessica rocked out Success Club 6. Jessica, would you like to, and she didn't have that yesterday. She was fighting tooth and nail. Would you like to share, I don't know your story yet. I told you I wanted to hear it later. Are you willing to share it with everyone?
Let me see where I can
sure. Sure, I can share it. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, so it's really not anything new. What did I do? I just sent out invites.
Yeah.
And I was really diligent about it, and I kept following up with people, and I took Lindsay's suggestions, and I focused on the FFF, and I don't know, I just kept at it, and eventually people kind of came out of the woodwork, and that was basically it, really. And the other thing is I will post a video about this as soon as I renew my teaching license, but I did have a ton of benefits from connecting with the referrals that I got from April's Success Club. I had a really awesome success with a lady, and that took, I had maybe 8 referrals or something like that. And I did. It's not always perfect. There was a guy who I sat on the phone with for an hour and walked him through signing up, getting a challenge pack, thought he was doing the whole thing. He had me believing, yes, we're going to do this. This is great. He had technical difficulties. I walked him through it. He said he purchased it. Solid, done. Come to find out, 5 days later, a week later, he was totally BSing me, and I spent an hour, and it happens. But then suddenly I looked at my orders for customers, and all I did was send out one introductory email to one lady, told her about my success with the 21-day fix extreme, sent her to my Facebook page, and she purchased everything, the 21-day fix plus Shakeology plus the Kickstart. And I barely did anything. So, I sacrificed with one guy who totally BS'd me, and yeah, it was frustrating. But then this other gal connected with my story, bought everything, and is now in my challenge group starting on the 6th. So, yeah, thanks.
Relentless, making it happen, relentless. Great job.
You know what? People are going to ask you when you guys are walking across stage, how did you become an overnight success story? Because Jessica just became an overnight success story. Oh, and you know how that happened? Because she every night was working every night for an entire, I think she's close to 60 days of showing up at a live feed on her wall in spite of wondering, God, am I doing anything? I know she's had all these fears. Is this meaning anything? I'm showing up at night. I'm bringing my A game. I'm thinking of these great lessons to share with people. She's so creative. I've been sharing some of her live stuff in headquarters to inspire anyone who wants to do stuff like that. But she's a teacher, and she's using her teaching strengths to communicate on live, and boom, night after night after day after day after day of showing up, it magically came together on the last day. Not so magic. It was her busting butt every single day to get through that hurdle because she made it non-negotiable. She put a video in headquarters the other day about, all right, you guys, I'm holding my feet to the fire. I'm going to go 10x it right now and ramp up because sending out 5 invites a day isn't doing it. So I'm going to take it 10x style. And I am so freaking proud of you. That is just amazing when I see overnight success stories happening because people just keep showing up through all of their fears, all of the unknowns, putting one foot in front of the other. And Jessica, you are a shiny star, lady. That is just epic.
Yep.
Well, thank you. All of your support and all of everything you guys are sharing is awesome. So I'm just so excited. This is terrible. I'm really excited for teaching to end this year because I just want to kick this into high gear. So
Yeah.
And thank you, Lindsay McGuire. She gave a shout out to Lindsay McGuire for reminding everyone about feel, felt, found. You know, the more we share our different voices in the messages, and Lindsay's presentation was so professional and it's videotaped. So thank you, Lindsay. You've been an extraordinary leader through all of this.
Yes, definitely. Remember, getting to diamond is all about you. You can get to diamond. There's nothing holding you back. You can get to star diamond. Everybody, if they just recognize getting to diamond is all about them, getting to star diamond is about becoming a better leader. So it just showing people a simple duplication system. That's how you become a better leader, and showing that success, creating your success, just like Jessica did. It's relentless. You know, you gotta create the success through relentless effort, and then people will start to see that success. Money doesn't pour down on you and become diamond. Just so you know, Sienna, I'm looking at your question. You got to learn that compensation system, and the volume is what grows, and the duplication underneath you, and teaching them to have retail clients as well as coaches through that volume. That's what's going to grow you from, $250 a month to, $2,000 a month. It's volume that pays you, volume through rank advancement and duplication of people. It's like having children. All these people, who has kids? Everybody wants to see their kids. It's one thing for us to achieve that diamond. Great, you get that recognition for one day. But guess what? If you're not teaching others to become diamond, it's going to go away, and you're going to feel like shit. And you got to keep going. And because it's more fun to see your children walk across that stage as 2-star and 5-star diamonds than it is for you to walk across that stage yourself. I will tell you that is way more fun, way more rewarding to know that what you're doing is helping others achieve their goals. And there's nothing better than seeing our coaches walk across 2-star, 5-star, 10-star stages, okay, and getting that recognition. That's when the fun really starts, okay? All right, we got to get going. We'll put the Team Cycle bonus chart in there, and thank you all very much. Love you all, and let's go get them. Team Z is up next for me to get my invites out for the day. All right? Take care.